A man in a man's world. She finds the strength in her to hold her head up high in a world that beats her down, in a world that terrorizes her, and in the world that says that she is less than the man who walks on by her. The man who walks on by her has his hands in his pockets and his eyes averted to the ground. She turns her head back as he walks by, and to the air around her she whispers, "Surely that man is a creep." Ashamed, he holds his head down, so surely he must be a bad man. Surely he must have done something absolutely terrible. He must have raped, abused, or killed a woman or a small child. Or he must have broken a beautiful woman's heart. Why else would a man be forced to shrink away from the world? Little does she know that his father beat him every day until he was tough enough to hold back every single one of his tears. Little does she know that his knuckles are bruised and scarred from having to fight and prove his place among his fellow men. Little does she know that he has loved a woman harder than he has ever been loved, and that he has had his heart stomped on more times than he could possibly count. Little does she know that his wrists are covered in scars because he felt that he would never be strong enough, good enough, or brave enough for the world to look at him. Little does she know that he once stopped a man from kidnapping a child. Little does she know that he has waited his whole life for his day of reckoning. Little does she know that he may be a man, but he will never win a custody battle against his ex-wife, unless she herself is a child abuser or a drug addict, unless she hands her son over to him. Little does she know that he has had a long day at work and he is headed home where he lives alone, waiting and counting the minutes until his ex-wife lets him call and actually talk to his son. Little does she know that his ex-wife feeds his son lies about him out of spite. Little does she know that his son suffers abuse at the hand of another man, but because his mother will defend that man, his son suffers and cries for him day in and day out, and day in and day out, and the man with his head hung can do nothing but wait for the court systems to entrust a man with his son. She finds the strength in her to hold her head up high in a world that beats her down, but there are some days where he can't find the strength to get up off of his knees. Such is the price, I suppose, of being a man in a man's world.